Well, welcome back to Idiosyncrasy. We've done quite a few episodes by now. We're on number 9, and to celebrate that special anniversary, we have a brand new guest on the show with us today. Please welcome Dom.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it is good to have you. And with that, we will head to the intro. Whatever it's called.
Well, some of you guys may have wondered why we didn't have an episode last week.
I know I was wondering, but
I'll have to tell you guys it's completely and totally my fault. I went on a trip, but we're back now. But I want to tell you something kind of cool that happened at this trip.
You went to Minnesota, right?
Yeah, it was in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
same thing.
Yeah.
You got to say it right, man. Wisconsin.
Yeah, we went to a conference, but at the conference I was walking in for dinner. It's just this big like mess hall type of area with dinner, and they had like the best drink you could imagine on tap.
Ooh.
Was it the fruit
Dr.
barrels?
Pepper?
Root beer?
No, they had chocolate milk on tap.
No
they
way.
did not.
Dude, that's
Oh.
dope.
Yeah, so you'll never guess what I had with my dinner that night.
Fruit
Chocolate
barrels.
milk.
Chocolate
Yeah,
milk.
it was chocolate milk. And then I may have had it like with every meal preceding the next day. But I think it was the day before the last of the conference, something tragic happened. They ran out of chocolate milk.
No.
That's unfortunate.
No
So-
kidding. That's what happens when you have such a good drink there.
I know.
They
you
had
never
it
buy
on
enough.
tap.
Yeah, it was like literally a machine. Like imagine a soda machine. It was just a
Wow.
separate milk machine where you just like you
Was
could
it-
get 2% or chocolate milk.
Was it the good kind of chocolate milk or like off-brand garbage?
I would say it's like not good, but it's not garbage. It's like in the middle.
Right in the
Okay.
middle.
Yeah, fun fact, chocolate milk is a fantastic post-workout drink.
Really?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've heard that.
It's high in protein, being dairy, and it's got sugar, which
Yeah.
helps you replenish some of that energy quickly.
I drink chocolate milk after
It's
every race.
good. It's
Every
really
race.
it's really good.
Yeah.
Actually,
Maybe
It's-
not
It's
every race,
genuinely good for you to drink after heavy exercise.
We do a triathlon up in northern Kansas every year, and at the end of the race, they always have bananas, chocolate milk for everybody. So
Yeah.
I believe it.
I might go if I would have known they had chocolate milk.
So we were looking at me, Lynn, and Adam. We actually all did a triathlon way back when we were just wee little kids and we
This
didn't
was-
really know each other.
I didn't even know you at this time.
I mean,
don't
our
think.
parents knew each other.
Yeah.
We had
But-
all gone to church before Colton moved to Kansas City
Yeah.
together, but we didn't really know each other because we were young. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, we were looking at the results, and I had a faster time than Lane. And I was
Really?
like, something ain't right here. Right?
And if you remember, Lane is like an insane athlete when it comes
Yeah.
to running.
I mean, he's
Wow.
fast at running. He was on the swim team at that point, and my biking time was just like terrible. It didn't have gears, so it's
Yeah.
pretty bad. And I was
Did you
like,
have to brake with your pedals?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So I was like, I'm gonna dig into this, right? And so Adam, you want to tell him what happened, or Lane?
well, so what had happened is that year for my birthday, I think I had gotten a brand new bike, and this triathlon was a couple weeks after my birthday. So
Yeah.
I got out of the pool because the triathlon goes swim, bike, run. I got out of the pool and went to my bike. You went around in a 2-lap circuit, and so I got on my second lap. I was about halfway through it, and all of a sudden my chain fell off my bike, and so I was just sitting there for a while trying to get it back on.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it back on, but I finally did, and I rode my bike back and finished the race. But
Yeah, I remember
So
that happening.
You
Or
had
like
the-
you told me a week after it
Yeah.
happened.
You had the fastest run time, one of the fastest swim times, and then the slowest bike time by a huge margin. So
That's what I was saying.
That's
Like,
genuinely impressive.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it was really sad because I had a chance at winning my age group that year and
Yep.
never
at
happened.
11 years
That's
old.
You heard it here, guys. Colton's a better athlete than Lane.
And buy a good bike. Don't buy one online.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also during the COVID when
Oof.
everything was in short supply.
Wait. How old were you during COVID?
11.
That makes me feel so old.
Well, good thing to ask. Does
was-
that shirt still fit you from 5 years ago?
Sort of. It's a little small, but I would still wear it. Except I think my mom got rid of it.
Oh. Does it fit you, Colton?
It was a
No,
youth.
mine was like a youth medium.
Oh.
Yeah, mine
So-
was a youth large, so it'd be tight. It'd be,
Yeah.
but it would still fit me. I would use it as like a work shirt or like a running shirt if I just running out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. What about you, Adam? How was your triathlon experience that year?
That was such a long time ago. I don't even think I remember it. All I remember is the chocolate milk. But I think I got like third or something in my age group.
Your
or
time was
whatever.
like 29 minutes, I think. Something
Wow.
like that. But
Well, to start off, Dom, we have to ask, do you have any questions for us to get started?
Okay. What about if you could only wear one color of shirt for the rest of your life? What would it be?
Ooh.
I definitely have an opinion on that, but I'll get back to it.
Okay, I think this is like everything, so dress, formal, non-formal. So I'd have to go with a more neutral shade. So I'd probably go with like a shade of gray, I think. I'm thinking, or kind of similar, it'll just be like a darkish gray. So
Yeah.
neutral, and I can wear most clothes with that and manage my life pretty well.
I think that's the objectively correct answer, is something along those lines. However, I think, and just to clarify, this doesn't mean you have to pick one exact like number combination shade. Like
Yeah.
if you say green, you can wear dark green, light green, you know,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
I think, and I might get some flack for this, I think I'd go with pink. I
Pink?
really
Really?
like
Wow.
wearing pink.
interesting.
But to everything, like casual, formal.
But you're just,
Yep.
well, I know some people who like only wear orange, like they're known as someone who wears orange. So you just be known as the guy who wears pink.
Yeah. It's just like you have to be wearing pink at all times. Like
Like
every.
when you're wearing a shirt, it has to be pink.
Okay.
So our
Or
dress
like
shirts
shorts or something.
count? As
Yeah,
a
yeah,
dress
any
shirt?
kind of shirt.
How about sweaters?
Okay.
I might get in the sweater vest.
If you're wearing multiple layers of shirts,
Just the bottom
your
layer.
first 2 layers at least have to be pink.
Okay.
Now, if
Okay.
it's like snowing out and you need a heavy coat, that's different.
Okay.
But like generally, your t-shirts, dress shirts, a nice like quarter zip,
Yeah.
even a hoodie, excluding like a work hoodie, like if it's gonna get nasty. Okay, maybe you can wear something else. But like generally speaking,
Okay.
or whatever color you pick.
I
Yeah.
think I would have to go green.
Really?
I'd say that's my second pick.
Yeah.
Hey, you're wearing
Yeah.
a green shirt right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
For me, I would probably want to say gray, but I don't know if I could do that bland my whole life. So I might choose like a darker blue because
But then you get all the blues.
you
yeah.
do get
Yeah.
all of the blues. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Blue
But-
is a pretty popular color.
I feel like I wear the color blue a lot, but I think
Mhm.
that's what I would go with also.
Yeah.
Solid choices.
nobody would have
Solid
seen that
Blue.
coming from you, Lane.
Yeah. You don't have any association with blue
Nope,
at all.
none at all.
Well, Dom, for the audience out there, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and all that stuff.
Who I am.
But not your not creepy stuff.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Who I am is my name is Dominic. Ooh. Named after Dominic Hasek, the hockey player.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you missing any teeth?
I am not, fortunately.
Uh-huh.
I've gone through life with all my teeth.
You-
And I've only been punched in the face on a couple of occasions.
If you got the opportunity, like tomorrow, an NHL team reached out to you for a contract, would you join a hockey team?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
For all those out there, I am a Dallas Stars / Boston Bruins fan.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I like
You can
both.
have two
You
favorite
got-
teams.
Who
You
are
can.
they?
Dual
Turns out-
citizenship.
You know what? I went for so long trying to decide which one, and I finally just gave up and was like, I like both.
Yeah.
So here we are.
What position would you play?
I think it'd be a goalie.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, as wide as my posture is.
Not all of us can be that strong. So.
Yeah. I don't think Colton would be good at goalie. Oh, maybe he would.
He's growing. He'll
He's
get there
growing.
one day.
For those of
My
you,
muscles, man.
I don't
See
know.
how I gotta
Goalies
walk?
are really impressive,
Yeah.
actually.
for those of you who don't know me, I am 6'8" tall and
Yeah.
Okay.
103 pounds. That was obviously a joke.
He's basically the
Um,
human version of E.T.
Correct. No, I'm like 5'6", 220. I'm kind of chunky, really chunky. I'm in sales. I spent most of my time working in construction
Hmm.
or manufacturing.
What's your favorite thing to sell? Or that you have sold?
Well, I haven't actually sold anything
Oh.
yet. I'm still in the training process. I'm
I
like
see.
4 weeks in.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
I like disc golf.
Ooh.
I like camping and fishing.
Outdoorsy.
Yeah, I'd say
Mm.
so. Like hiking.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I would say normally you're generally a nice guy. Why?
Well, I was raised to be a nice guy. My parents did a pretty decent job. They're pretty nice people.
Cool.
So they ingrained that into me. And part of it's just like, why not? You know?
Yeah.
Why be anything other than nice? I mean, one, it feels good to be nice. 2, it's good for other people to be nice. 3, it just, why be mean? You know?
Mm.
Why? Why?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, it's everybody's favorite segment, comment time. And Dom, since you're here, you're forced to answer these
Ooh.
questions too. So, Colton, do you want to have our first question?
Yeah. All right. So this is kind of a trick question.
Okay.
Question.
Wait, who's it from?
Blakely.
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 Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Question. Does Lightning McQueen have car insurance or life insurance? And why?
Oh my goodness, that is such a great question. Dom?
I'm going to let you guys answer
Okay.
first because I know the correct answer.
I'll-
And I don't think
Okay.
any of you are going to get it.
Okay, me personally, I'm gonna say he has life insurance. Okay, because it'd kind of be weird for him to have car insurance since he is his own car. It'd be weird if humans had human insurance, right?
Okay.
So I'd say life insurance.
I think it would function as life insurance, but they would call it car insurance because they're cars. But it would be in every capacity basically like life insurance.
Okay.
Okay, I have a different opinion on this. Life insurance, that would be similar to like if the car got completely totaled, then they would pay it out to like your relatives or something. But Lightning McQueen
Yeah.
doesn't really have any relatives. So what I think is he has more of a health insurance, which would be like maybe
Like blown tires and stuff.
Yeah,
like
stuff
So
like that.
option
So like
C.
so not either of those. Maybe some sort of a car insurance. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that his car insurance would be more like our liability insurance. You know, it's required because he's a car and the car makes a mistake and then it's up to that insurance company. But like if we make a mistake, our liability will cover us. But yeah, so I think he would have both technically.
But I don't
Life
think
insurance for a totaled wreck and then car insurance as his liability.
he doesn't have headlights though because I think
They're
he's
just
not technically
stickers.
street legal, is he?
That's true. No, they're stickers.
He did drive on the street in the movies.
He
But
did,
then
but
he
it
He
was
can't drive
illegal.
at night. Does he have
Yeah.
turn signals? Maybe on the back? I don't
No,
know.
everything
What
was
about-
stickers. 'cause-
Generally in NASCAR, I think they do have turn signals.
I don't know. But I
Really?
know Lightning McQueen, he just had stickers.
Yeah.
But he did drive on roads, so I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
true.
and that scene where they're in the moonlight, doesn't have his headlights on because they all have headlights. So like headlights on. They all turn their headlights on, but then he just doesn't have headlights and he's just in the dark.
Yep.
Okay, so the correct answer is yes. So for himself, Lightning McQueen has probably, like what Cade said, car insurance, but it's just life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
But Lightning McQueen is part of a racing team, and if you notice in the first movie, he is being carried inside a semi, which
Yeah.
I guarantee is insured. Therefore, I guarantee you he also has some kind of insurance for himself on the semi while they're on the road. So
Okay.
the answer is both, functionally.
So he has
Both.
both. of them.
Wow.
Wow.
Both.
That's deep.
That was a really, really good question.
That was a good question.
That was phenomenal. Thanks, Blakely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Well, they really like the would you rather, so we got a
Yeah.
lot of those would you
Ooh,
rather
I love a
questions.
Oh,
Would you
yeah.
rather?
We could run through a few of those quickly.
Yeah. Haven said, would you rather listen to one song for the rest of your life or never be allowed to listen to the same song twice?
Oh my
Wow,
goodness.
That's terrible.
Must you torture us?
Oh.
Okay, I think the best way for us to be able to answer this question is let's take that first part and start with if you had to only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be?
For me, it'd have to be something really, really long, so it would be harder to get used to
Yeah.
it. So I might go the Cades route and start listening to something classical or something like that.
I'm assuming you're counting like a whole symphony as one song.
Yeah.
Not its individual movements.
Because if it was a short, like 2, 3, 4 minute song, I don't think I could do
You
that.
just wouldn't listen
Yeah,
to
if
music.
it's designed to all be listened
in one
at
sitting.
once in one sitting, then I'd say
Yeah.
that counts as one song.
Okay. Well, I could not stand listening to one classical music symphony for the rest of my life. So I don't know what it'd be.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Probably
would
some
be
worship song.
Such a hard decision, though.
I think I would. Is this like only personal? Like you can only play the song, but of course, like walking into the store, you'll hear other music. But
Yeah.
you can only like personally play this song.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming if people are like with you, they can't play other music. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say you can't compel people to play
So long as it's only
different music.
if you can control it.
yeah, if you're in control.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'd say I would listen to a different song every time because
Yeah.
there's like 50 million classical songs that I
Yeah.
want to listen to. So I don't think I'll ever get bored of new songs. Though it would be sad to never be able to listen to the same one twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to go with that. But there's so much music out there.
What does playing
You
music?
know?
Like if I was to play like a song on piano, could I play variety, or does that count as listening? So
Ooh, that is a phenomenal question.
because what doesn't because by playing I have to learn the song first and then
So then you would
play it hundreds of times.
listen to it.
It's a
I
cheat
think
code.
I think functionally listening to music and playing music are two different things.
Okay.
So I think there is an exception there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably have to go to the never listen to the same song twice. But still, it'd be
Can you listen to the same song 3 times?
yeah.
Ooh.
But like a lot of songs, they're probably the best like the third time you hear them. For me personally, because
Yeah.
like the first time I'm getting used to it, the second time I'm kind of familiarizing it, and by the third time I know a lot of the words, and so that's the third time is probably the best. So it would be pretty hard for me to get over that.
But then if you only listen to it once, then you won't get as attached to it, and you won't like
That's
have
true.
as
Yeah.
much of a desire to listen to it.
Yeah.
I would definitely go with listen to
A different song.
listen to a different song every.
Yeah, I think that's really the only feasible answer at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah.
I have to go with that too.
We got
One.
another would you rather up in there?
We do.
Um,
Would you rather always drive into the sun or constantly have a tiny rock in your shoe?
Oh.
And that was Declan that said that again.
Declan,
That's
question.
Phenomenal question.
Part of your
first
shoe
of
is
all.
the rockin'.
It probably
Uh,
can move around because like if
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it definitely moves around. So it's like,
sometimes
So like, is this the sun where your visor can't block it, and so you're always like it's
I mean-
just like right there underneath your visor, and it's
I
Like,
think
even
so.
sunglasses
To
don't
make
do
the
anything.
question harder, I'd say yes.
you can't move your visor.
Can't move your visor.
okay.
I think I have to go the rock. Honestly,
Oh.
I think I have to go.
So it's
I-
a
Brutal.
I can't see as it is. For those who know me, I'm blind.
Legally?
I almost.
Almost.
I would have to take the rock.
Which honestly, I
Just-
could start going barefoot more if
Yeah.
the rock got annoying.
You know what? Honestly, but if you go barefoot long enough, you're gonna get the calluses that,
And then you could just wear shoes and it wouldn't
Did-
matter.
that
Yeah.
you won't feel the
That's a
rock
good point.
anymore.
I wonder, do like sandals have the rock, or is this like only like enclosed tennis shoes?
I think it'd be all your
Have
shoes.
you
yeah.
Every
ever
shoe.
been able to wear sandals
You've
outside and
ever
not get a
worn.
rock in your shoe anyway? Because
Uh,
I've never had that experience. I
or
always
like
get
slides.
I always get rocks in my sandals or
You could get, like,
slides or flip flops.
Stuck in the rubber or
I
something.
don't know. I think I'd just have to go with the sun.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause I couldn't stand. Like if I was running a race or something, and I just had a little tiny rock in my shoe, that would be slowing me down.
I wonder if you could like kind of glue the rock so it's like right under the arch of your foot, so you
Well,
wouldn't
it's not
feel
like
it.
you know the rock's there. You just know you're gonna have at some point a rock in your shoe.
And you can feel it wiggling around
I-
in there, itching
Yeah.
your
I
foot.
think it's more of a mystical kind of phantom rock.
So like
that
every
you
time you look in your
feel.
shoe, the rock's
So
not
you'll
there.
never
Yeah.
see the rock. And now you might have times where there are actual rocks in your shoe, but when there aren't rocks in your shoe, just you're gonna feel like one
Yeah.
just bouncing
Yeah.
around in there. And I mean, it's probably gonna react. You know, like when you do the old like stomp on the ground and to get to move somewhere else, you'll probably feel it move.
'Cause-
But like it's gonna come back.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think what I would do is I'm just gonna get some thick padded socks and deal with the rock.
Because think of it this way.
I don't think the Phantom Rock cares about your socks. I
How?
think the Phantom Rock.
It's like the
The more protection you have, the worse it hurts.
I
the
think,
princess
I
and
think
the pea.
so.
How many hours in a day do you wear shoes? That's the question. Compared
Wow.
to how many hours a day do you drive?
Well, I mean, I drive for probably less than half an hour a day at this point.
Less than half an hour a day. You probably wear
In
shoes.
my last job, I spent way more driving. than
Yeah.
this
me
one.
personally.
So I just have to go because I could probably stand to drive through the sun like
Just 'cause-
45 minutes a day,
I'd still take the rock.
but I couldn't do the rock for
I'd
like
still take the rock.
10 hours.
Yeah, I
At
wear
least.
shoes first of all day, but every time I'm driving, I also wear shoes. So it'd be the rock in my shoe while I'm driving, and at other times. So I definitely have to. I'd probably go with the.
What about
Yeah.
sunglasses? Are we
You
You
allowed
gotta
to wear
push down the gas
sunglasses?
pedal.
Of course, you're allowed to wear sunglasses, but like those.
They don't always help
Always
with
help.
glares and
No.
everything.
Yeah.
polarized
Can't see how
sunglasses?
fast
One
they're
thing,
going.
road trips would be awful, especially
Unless
like
you're not
driving
driving.
at night, but still having the sun in your eyes.
How does that even work? Are you just bending the laws of
It's
physics
a
at
mystical
that point?
phantom sun.
There's like a mirror out in space that always reflects it at you.
One thing that I have trouble with when I drive is if I'm looking into the sun. I know Adam said this before, not on the podcast, but when I squint my eyes for a long period of time, I get really tired. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like your eyes are half closed and then you're like dozing off.
because the sun's making you squint.
Yeah, I would have trouble with that.
I definitely would get in an accident if
Mhm.
the sun was always in my eyes.
Do any of you start to sneeze whenever the sun gets really bright?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't.
Sometimes, but not most
But
of the
my
time.
dad does, and my brother.
Okay.
If you're in the house for a long time and you just walk outside,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden,
That was actually really good.
Okay. What's the most consecutive times you've sneezed?
Ooh, I don't think any of you. I don't know if she would want me to say this, but my mother, she sneezes. It's weird.
at least 6 times.
It's
every
about 6 times in a row, and then she does that twice. So no,
What?
probably about 4 times twice. So it's 8 times every single time. That's how she sneezes.
I think
Interesting. It's
that's
like 8
probably
times.
the
Hit you,
most I've
hit you.
ever sneezed in a row is probably that
Hit
much.
you, hit you.
Usually it's 2 to 3 for
Hit you.
me.
Hit you.
Okay.
I normally just have
you.
one really hard sneeze. It just gets everything out. But I think I've done like 3 is the max I've ever done.
I think I've done 4 one time, but other than that, the usual is 2. I always want that third one. I'm like, give it to me. Come on. But I
Yeah,
only
you just
get 2.
get that itch up in your
Are you a
nostril and
sneeze
then it's-
junkie? Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, wait. I have a question for you guys. So you know how when you start to yawn, I just saw Dom yawn. That reminded me of this. And then you look around the room and you see like 4 other people yawning.
Yep.
It's so weird.
Is
like
it
everybody
contagious?
yawns at the
Is
same
it
time.
scientific or is it just completely random?
It's a psychological thing, and actually, there was a fun study done, and psychopaths, and this doesn't mean everybody who doesn't also yawn is a psychopath, but psychopaths will not yawn because someone else is. They don't feel the compulsion.
Okay,
Huh.
that's a little weird.
Wow.
Huh.
Now that, like I said, that doesn't mean if you don't feel the compulsion to yawn when someone else does, because there's also it's a social thing. So sometimes it's hierarchical. Like sometimes if someone has more respect for you, this is gonna sound weird, they're more likely to yawn back. This is true. Or if they like
Really?
you more, just in general, like not but just enjoy you as a person more, they're more likely to yawn. Why is Lane dying over here?
Well, I almost just yawned.
And hearing the word yawn makes people yawn.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I thought it was all just like completely subconscious and you didn't even know. Or maybe it is a little bit.
I
but-
mean, it's definitely subconscious, but
Yeah.
there's some pretty good studies behind it. And as I've just demonstrated, I've gone down the yawn rabbit hole. And yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, one last question from the fans, and this is a pretty good one from Georgia. She asks, if you had to live in a different continent, where would you live? And I think we can expand this to like, what culture would you be most comfortable living in, or you think you would be at least?
Okay.
Fantastic question, Georgia. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're saying like all of America's off limits, right?
Unless it's like,
Or, like-
California or Texas or
Said a
something
different
weird.
continent, so we're in North America, so I'd pick a different one.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I would have to go maybe somewhere in Europe.
Okay.
It would be fun to like live in a old German town, like
Yeah.
or like the town where Bach grew up, and I can't pronounce it, so I won't try to. But like one of those places would be fun. Like you could even go to Bach's church, or
Mm.
That would be cool.
All the
I know,
architecture.
but then I would
up
have to
there.
learn like how to speak German, which I'm not opposed to. But
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have to live in Asia, specifically Singapore.
Why Singapore? That's an interesting answer.
My dad actually visited Singapore, and it just, from what I've like heard about it, it just seems like very civilized in a sense.
Oh. Like technology-wise or
Like
well developed.
people-wise?
well developed, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it like
Advanced.
super clean there? I've
It is
heard?
super clean.
Like it's illegal to put gum on the
It is.
street.
It's
or
illegal to
anything.
do a lot of stuff. So like, there's not much. Well, I actually don't know, but from what I've heard, it's not like a very crime-filled city.
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
country.
Yeah, I mean, it is a city-state. So
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, it's
So-
a city and a country.
Yeah, I have some pretty cool merch that my dad brought back. So.
I think I'd have to go with Cade on this one, and I think I'd also probably pick Germany.
Yeah, there's just so much history there.
Yeah, I
And,
mean
like,
the history.
buildings are so cool too.
You know, I think with my facial structure, I'd be able to fit in. I think I'd do all right. I speak not enough German to get by, but I think I could learn it.
What's
Yeah.
your favorite German word?
Ooh, that is a great question. Probably schnell, which just means fast.
Okay.
But it's just fun to go up to people and yell, "Schnell! Schnell!" to tell them to go faster.
Okay.
Fun fact, to tell someone to go faster in Vietnamese, you say "Mao Mao."
Meow, meow.
And I learned that by doing manufacturing. I had a lot of Vietnamese people under me, which
Wow.
great workers. Some of them were
Wow.
old, though, and you had to tell them to go faster.
Me personally, I think food-wise, Mexican would be probably the best fit for me. 'Cause
That's in North America, sir.
that's in Central America.
That is not a
Central
continent.
America is part of North America.
Does it count?
It's a sub-region.
Yeah, you got to
Yep.
pick a different
I thought
continent.
continent.
Doesn't
brother.
count as a continent. Well, then I'm I'm stuck here.
You could
Uh,
go
you
like
could join me in Singapore,
Venezuela or something.
Yeah.
That's
Or,
still
Brazil.
That'd be
South
South
America.
America.
It would be cool to live in South
Antarctica.
America, like
Colombia.
Brazil or like Ecuador on
Australia.
the Aus-
Aussie,
well,
Aussie,
okay.
Aussie.
Yeah.
Australia wouldn't be bad because
I feel like
They're
it's
pretty
like
chill.
America, but just like in an alternate universe, you know?
they're just like goofy upside down America.
Yeah. It's probably
I-
what happens standing upside down all day long, you know?
Yeah.
I think I'd want to live in like Antarctica or something. No, uh, I'd probably go with, I don't know, maybe Africa. It'd be cool to live in Africa just to see all the different. I mean, there's a bunch of exotic animals there. It would be hot, but
Well, it depends on where. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't fit in the world. Maybe probably somewhere in Europe then.
Yeah.
yeah, we're all European roots, right? So just go back to our original. We're
Okay.
Americans, but
We are Americans. I'm a fourth generation American on both sides. Fun fact.
wow,
Wow. I am a
I have no idea what I am.
Aren't you related to like George Washington, Cade?
technically, yeah. My grandma is like related to Robert E. Lee, and then like Robert E. Lee.
Oh, fun.
Mom is Robert E. Lee's wife is related to George Washington by adoption. So Robert E. Lee's wife is the granddaughter of George Washington.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're related to George Washington through Robert E. Lee.
Yeah.
that's really.
Well, that's what
interesting.
at least I've told. I don't know if
You've
we've
been
actually
told,
like
okay.
been factually checked, but
My
That's
great
just the
grandpa
myth that goes around in your family.
yep.
Yeah, my great grandpa was a farmer, and his dad was a farmer, and his dad was a farmer.
Me too.
But that's
Don't know
about.
specifically, but I do know I'm 60% British, so this is probably why. Well, I'm related to Charlemagne. I'm related to William the Conqueror.
Oh,
That's cool.
Charles Imagine?
What?
Charles Imagine?
Who?
Adam, could you explain your joke, please?
No, that was just. I've always pronounced it Charles Imagine.
Charlemagne.
Yeah, because. Charlemagne,
Oh, okay.
You know, there is a conspiracy theory that Charlemagne, in like 300 years of European history, never actually happened,
Really?
and that it was all like a plot by noblemen
Wait a
in
minute.
Europe.
Are we saying like Colton
Creative
That's
mythology.
big
doesn't
ancestors.
exist right now?
I do not believe this. I just thought it was worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's cool. So imagine with me that you lived, let's say, like around 400 to 1,000 years ago. So
Mhm.
back, like, you could say, just in the past, before a lot of modern technology. And you lived in like a smallish European village, not too small, but you had to work one trade. What would it be? So would you be like the baker, the blacksmith, the miller? Like, what trade would you choose?
Dude, I'm blacksmith all the way.
Oh, yeah?
I'm short and stocky. I know how to swing a hammer.
Yeah.
Blacksmith all the way.
Yeah, that would be, I think that would be a really hard job.
Or I'd be a cobbler.
Is that a shoemaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks fun.
Yeah, you
It
could be
just
the
looks
mayor,
neat.
too.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Do they have mayors?
Yes.
I guess it
Some of
depends on
them.
where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching Pirates of the Caribbean always inspired me to become a blacksmith, but no, I don't think I would be.
I think
Tailors.
a baker would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if I like dedicated time to being a good baker, I would enjoy some of the stuff I'd get to eat. And so
Yeah.
I think it'd just be pretty fun.
But nobody back then had the money to buy anything but bread, so it'd be a
It's
little.
true. So I could make all the cake I want.
Yeah, he'd be over here living it up.
Oh yeah.
Rich life.
You know, you'd actually be surprised as far as like what people could afford in those times,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like how much of a market there actually was.
Yeah, it
for
was
farm
also
food.
localized. Like
Yeah, big time.
everything was. Well, they probably did a lot more
Like-
trade and.
But like the media generally, I say media, like movies and whatnot, generally portray like the dark ages or whatever, like people just being miserable all the time.
Yeah.
People actually lived pretty decently for the most part.
Or if you look at history as a whole, it wasn't like a
Yeah.
specifically bad time.
No, not
Yeah.
at all. It was actually, I mean, compared to the few thousand years of human history before that, it was
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
I'd be a farmer. Just
You think you'd just be a farmer?
build my own house, grow my crops.
That'd be
yeah.
dope.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think
It's been
I
a long
personally.
time since I heard that word.
Do you not hear
Dope.
people say dope very often?
It's been a long time.
Do you guys not say dope when things are cool?
Not really.
No, I say that's cool.
Tubular, dude.
Do you say sick? Like, dude, that's sick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, so sick's still in, dope's out.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I want
I
dope
hear-
to be back in.
I hear
Dope
sick
is-
a
Okay.
lot more than dope.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
dope, dude.
I think I just say
You
cool.
don't fit the dope, Colton.
No.
I hate Colton. I
That's
give you full
crazy.
permission to say dope. Bring it back with me.
Oh, I'll bring it back.
I mean, it
Uh-oh.
never really left me, but
So
bring
as
it
I was
back.
saying,
Oh, I'll
You
bring
carry
it
the
back.
torch. Carry
I
the
will
torch.
carry the torch.
I think I would be a baker.
Yeah. You're a baker.
You'd be my
Transition back to
competitor.
being on topic is phenomenal.
Yeah, well,
Dude, that's dope.
This guy gets it.
I think it would take a little while to get used to it because their jobs were intense. I think they'd have to wake up at like 3 or 4 in the morning and bake bread for basically the whole town because people didn't have like ovens at the same sense, and it just made
I
more
mean,
sense normally for one person to make all the bread instead of other people.
If me and you lived in the same town, there'd
We
be
could be
two
like
bakers.
partners.
Or rivals.
Colton and Cade.
Kate's killer sourdough versus
I dig
Colton's
it.
colossal.
Yeah.
I'll,
See, we need to bring
Full
that back too.
Cool.
I dig
I'm
it.
literally just talking how I always talk. I'll make you guys some great, with my blacksmithing, some great baker's tools. Like
Okay.
some dope measuring cups and
Alright.
some tongs and
Yeah.
knives and whatnot.
I think I normally just use like wooden tools.
Really?
Yeah.
Wooden.
I do wood carving. I'm not
Really?
very good at it, but
Yeah.
I do it.
What would you be, Lane?
Um,
Assuming you could choose, because
Yeah.
most likely you wouldn't be able to choose.
Yeah,
if
you're just
probably-
born into the family and you do that usually.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would probably go blacksmith also. It's
Yeah.
cool to work with metal.
Oh, you could be a butcher.
Could be.
Ooh.
Butcher would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Or you could also be like a miller, just run a windmill, mill your flour.
Yeah.
I'd be the butcher who didn't know anything about the cuts, so I'd just be the hamburger grinder guy.
Welcome to Adam's Hamburger Emporium. Can I get a ribeye? We only sell hamburgers, sir. But you butcher whole cows. Yeah, we only sell hamburgers, sir.
We basically just take the cow and send it into the grinder.
I mean, you know what?
Fillet and all.
There's a lot of vital nutrients in the organs and in the bones, and
Oh.
just grind the whole thing.
I wonder when like the first like kind of modern meat grinders were invented, though.
yeah.
Probably a lot earlier than you think.
I bet so, but I bet.
Like a crank handle one.
But it comes
like
to a
a
point where it would
hand.
be easier just to like cut it than grind it. Because nowadays,
Yeah.
if you have an electric one, it's way easier to grind.
Yeah.
But if it's all by hand, it might not be. I
Mhm.
don't know.
You know, they probably had water and crank and donkey powered.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Or, so here's a fun thing. In like 1700s, they used to have, there was a name for them, but it was a breed of dog that was bred to spin a wheel like a hamster.
Huh.
And they would have it constantly doing that. And they were bred for it. And
Like a greyhound or something like that? or
it was a
different?
smaller dog.
Okay.
But yeah, they'd just run and spin a wheel, and they would run like sewing machines and stuff like that.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, like the Grinch. Must be pretty smart.
It might also be fun to be a tailor, though. 'Cause,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You can make a nice suit.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had some good professions. We need to bring back the trades.
For real.
We need to bring back a lot of
We need
things.
to like get on it.
We should
need
start
to-
our own community and go.
let's just become like our own version of Amish, but like we still do technology.
We'll
Let's
move
go
out.
we
build our
just, like,
own small European city.
Make our own bread, own clothes.
We'll
and-
move out to the middle of Nebraska by a lake, and then.
Dude, I love Nebraska. First of all,
Okay.
Nebraska's great. It's like
Uh.
Kansas but colder. Win in my book.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll see you there.
All right.
Utopia.
We could create the utopia. We could be our own nation. I think there's like a few dozen micronations in the U.S.
Mhm.
In the U.S.
What would we call our micronation?
Town.
Town.
Count.
This kind of like sounds like Nathan's idea. It would
It's
end
a
up as
movie.
like Nathan's idea of living
Fun
Animal
fact,
Farm.
The Village. About a basically micronation, kind of, not really. It's actually like a small Amish community. Basically, there's like this town, and it's like you think it's like set way back in the day, and there's like these Amish people, and then there's like these monsters that like go after the color red, but they don't like yellow, and that's like a weird trippy movie, kind of creepy. But I'm guessing none of you are gonna watch it, so I'm gonna spoil it.
Watch
Yeah.
The Village.
Oh, The Village. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I might
I
know
won't.
which movie you're talking
Yeah.
about. They're like surrounded by trees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I've seen the trailer.
And then there's like the main girl's like this blind girl through the whole movie, so like that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Because she can't see the monster things. But you end up finding out the monster things aren't real. They were created by like the religious like rulers of the community to like keep people scared and like keep them in.
Yeah.
And so she ends up having to go out. I can't remember if she's hurt or someone is. And then you find out like they're just in modern day and they're like living in their own like wooded community area.
Huh.
And like
That's pretty crazy.
it's actually a really good movie. I think. Don't
Have you,
quote me on that.
have you seen it?
Not in like a decade.
Okay.
I would say, which brings to mind this question: if you could bring to life any horror movie or like
I haven't seen
end
any
of the
horror
world
movies.
movie,
Okay.
what movie would it be?
First of all, who's
Like,
gonna bring to life an end of
Real
the world
life
movie?
scenario.
So you're like
you-
saying if there had to be some dystopian future or
Yeah,
type
or
of
like
horror.
somehow
like which one
something
would you
happens.
pick?
Yeah, like not a specific movie, but like a scenario that's pretty popular. It's like for me, I'd have to bring back the zombie apocalypse.
Bring it back.
Yeah, just like
Interesting
bring it
choice.
to life.
Yeah.
Because
So-
I mean, how hard could it be not to get?
Luckily, we
slow.
live in America where
Exactly.
everyone has guns.
Like
So-
Australia, they'd be doomed. They'd all probably just run into the desert and.
But it also depends on like what kind of zombie it is.
That's true.
Because if it's like Night of the Living Dead zombie, like okay, yeah, we're murking them. Walking Dead zombie, they're probably getting murked. But like, now I'm trying to think
Murked.
of one. Like
I've never heard
Warm
that before.
Bodies, those zombies. Some of those are scary, dude. Like the weird skin and bones ones. I don't know if any of you have seen that movie.
Nope.
No.
It's like basically a live action. It feels like an anime watching it. It doesn't make sense when I say it, but like it's actually a pretty sweet movie. It's a love story. This zombie falls in love with this chick.
Oh.
Anywho,
Chick.
Well-
like a big it's like a big studio movie from like 2012 or something.
Okay.
I'm not big into watching end of the world or
What?
horror movies like
Yeah.
that.
What one? It wasn't a movie. It was a book that completely freaked me out. Was The Giver.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Great movie
Never.
and book.
There's a movie about
Never
that.
heard
There
of it.
is a Giver movie. I
Oh.
thought
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
Taylor Swift's in it.
is she
I
really?
forget she is in it. She
Yeah, I
plays-
didn't even know who Taylor Swift was
Yeah.
when it came. When it was like 2014.
I remember every time I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Is
Like,
she like a main character?
technically, but like she's in like 2 scenes and they're flashbacks.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What's it
Oh,
about?
The Giver.
So basically, it's
Utopian
in
society.
the future they create these little communities and like they take away all decisions that people make. It's like the community leaders make the decisions for you. So like they decide who you're gonna marry, what your job's gonna be.
And they give you drugs basically that take away all
Yeah.
your emotions.
It's just everybody gets antidepressants.
no one has any emotions. They just do what they're told basically.
Like you can't see color or anything. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I love how the movie does it.
Yeah.
But then for
So-
some reason they keep this one guy alive who carries all of human
Yeah.
history and emotion within him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's called the Giver.
He's trying to get
And
it
then
back.
he holds the memory
No.
of past. And so he's like he gets to give the community like the leaders like
Ideas.
knowledge
Okay.
that he has. And he
Mhm.
kind of lives on his own, and it's like a job everybody hates, basically.
Yeah.
But then, like, the main character was chosen to be the giver, and then
The next Giver.
he
Yeah, so he's like being trained. by
found
the
out
Giver.
about everything, and then he left. So
It was creepy. The book was, but
It
it
was
was
so good.
It made me think. It was
Highly recommend to
Yeah.
anyone. The movie, as far as books turn into movies, I enjoyed it, but I also have pretty low standards when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like movies. So
Would Cloudy of a Chance of Meatballs count?
yes.
okay.
Is it a horror movie?
No, but
Or,
that's like a
end of the world
dystopia
situation?
future.
Yeah.
There was a leak in that boat. That was pretty scary.
Yeah.
The world getting destroyed by food, that is
You know,
That's
if I
so-
had
the
to
best
live
way
one-
to go.
Okay, yeah, it's.
I think I
counted.
would. I think I could survive that maybe.
Oh, I
Oh
could
yeah, you
survive
can
it.
survive that easy.
You know that day
you got
when
food
it's,
everywhere.
it's raining ice cream? That would have been great.
Yeah.
Except for all the brain
Everything
freezes.
would have got so sticky though.
Got so sticky.
I think I'd have to
Terrible.
go with Left Behind. It's the Rapture.
I've heard of people who've like had trauma from those books.
Yeah.
But I've never read them.
My mom read them. I've never read them. I've never seen any of the movies.
Okay. I've heard they're not very theologically sound
Yeah.
either.
I'm actually a historic premillennialist, so I don't believe in a rapture. But yeah. Anywho.
Okay.
We don't need to get into
Well,
that topic.
No, we don't. We don't.
This is actually the first non-homeschooler we've had on the podcast. Do you want to talk about
Is that true?
This
Yeah.
is true. We've had us four who were all homeschooled, and Josiah was homeschooled his whole life,
Josh, G.
and Nathan was homeschooled, but you were not. So
So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was public schooled my whole life, both here in Kansas and in South Dakota for a couple years.
okay.
For kindergarten through third grade, I was here. Fourth and fifth grade, my family moved to South Dakota for my dad's work, and then we came back. They changed math while I was in public school. I'm
Really?
sure you guys have heard the jokes about how they changed math.
Uh-huh.
I lived through it. It was rough. I wasn't good at math beforehand. I certainly wasn't good at it
Like,
after.
how did they change it?
It was how they taught. It wasn't actually that they changed math. It
So
was
it's
it was
just-
how they taught it. It was the Common Core stuff.
Oh.
They started implementing that. So they started standardizing everything on the federal level.
Yeah.
First of all, 10th Amendment violation. Okay, I'm kind of kidding. But anywho, it meant teachers, at least in my opinion, living through it, it tied their hand behind their back
Yeah.
and made them teach things this exact way.
Mm.
And that's not receptive to everybody, obviously. And so I struggled. I mean, I got through it, and I passed all my classes and everything, but it was rough. I still can't do long division. Fun fact.
Wow.
I don't know how to do long division.
Wow.
Did you ever have any like weird experiences with homeschoolers that were being awkward or something like that?
I don't know if you've met me, but I can be pretty awkward myself.
Okay.
Or, like,
So
did you ever take
Do
the
we have
ace?
a person to dethrone Adam?
No,
Question
there's
mark?
no way you could
I don't
be
know,
more
dude. I'm pretty. I can be pretty awkward.
Like, or did you ever like take the ACT and then like some homeschoolers also came and were there and they just stuck
No.
out?
Well, so I had actually my freshman year 2 brothers that my freshman year that were homeschooled that came, and they were actually very well socially adjusted,
Yeah.
more so than probably I was. And I think there's a real problem in public school, especially now, and it's becoming more exacerbated, in that people are so connected in other ways apart from personal contact. And it's easier to be connected. I mean, because it's easier to talk to someone online than it is face to face because there's no stakes.
Yeah.
There's no air quotes danger. Like I'm using that word as a stretch.
Mhm.
So people have like forgotten how to interact face to face, and honestly nowadays homeschooling is doing so much better than that because generally the parents are more protective of how much time their kids are spending online or playing video games or whatever, and they actually make them go out and do, like you guys all do track and stuff. Like
Mhm.
you're getting personal interaction there, you're actually doing stuff, and a lot of people in public schools are just like withering away. I'll get
Yeah.
off my soapbox now. If you haven't guessed, I'm going to be homeschooling my children.
So I have another thing that kind of fascinates me about public school, and that is the principal. Like,
Yeah?
I guess my dad's always been my principal.
The
but
principal or the principal?
So
is it principal?
Yes,
Oh, it's not principal. Sorry, the
Oh.
principal.
what
Like-
is your question?
Have you ever had any cool interactions, or not cool, but interactions with?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I actually had some really good principals that were like super nice people. I remember my principal, kindergarten through second grade. She was a really nice older lady. Third grade, we had a new principal, and she was actually an immigrant from East Germany. So her family escaped over the Berlin Wall.
Wow.
So I remember we had she would tell her story to the
Um,
whole school, and it was like
That's cool.
a really impactful experience. I remember she was I think 7 or 8 when they went, so like she remembers it,
Yeah.
and it was just really cool. And then I don't really remember my principal in South Dakota all that well. In fact, I can't even remember if it was a man or a woman. My principals in intermediate school, were really cool. Same for
Mm.
middle and high. Honestly, high school, the principals there were really cool too. I've really never had a negative experience. Now in high school, my high school actually had 3 principals.
Okay, was it just big enough? It
Yeah,
needed that?
and they did it based on like these alphabetical last names had this principal. These
Okay.
ones. And so, but my principal was really cool. Technically, one of the principals was over the other principals, kind of.
Yeah.
But they still had their own little group. So I had one of the lower quote unquote principals, but he was awesome. Really nice guy.
Was he?
Actually, his son was in my class too. His son was okay.
Was the principal dope?
Huh?
Was the principal dope?
Was the principal dope? I would say he was pretty dope.
Okay.
Indeed, very dope.
Well, what did they do?
Administrative work. Basically,
Isn't that what the secretary's for?
That's. I
Different.
would say the secretary's there for clerical work.
Okay.
Mainly, they're just. I mean, they're managers at the end of the day. They're making sure that the teachers are doing what they're supposed to do. They're dealing with behavioral stuff among students.
Yeah.
They're also talking to like the janitors and the maintenance people, making sure they're doing their job. What's happening over here?
Oh, you just mentioned janitor.
Oh,
There's a very
apologies.
special. No, there's just a very special janitor coming.
Yep.
You'll know what that means. It's a clue.
What?
Blue?
I'm so confused.
Blue?
For those who don't know, they've all been like looking at each other all weird, and I was very confused. There was like a conversation in silence happening. In
I
this
was
room.
looking at Lane weird because I just yawned. But
Is Lane a psychopath?
I don't know. Is he?
I really want to, like, I can feel it coming when Dom yawned right there.
I
It's
think
so weird.
I think
but
he just I think he's a good psychopath and is able to learn.
Oh.
So
See,
he
there
heard
goes
Adam
Adam.
yawn.
Adam just yawned.
See, Adam, not a psychopath. Lane, we'll see.
Kate
it's
hasn't
coming.
yawned this whole time.
I want to, but I can't right now.
Yeah, see, I believe that, but with Lane's,
Okay.
There went Colton.
Oh, man.
Kind of.
Was it a fake one?
Half and half.
Yeah.
So, question for you guys: what's it like having your parents do your schooling?
Well, I think once we've gotten older, like I do more stuff online now. Like I do math online through college, and I also do biology through an online thing. But when I was younger, I mean, my mom would read me my history, and she still does sort of sometimes. But it was just fun to sit down on the couch, and my mom would read it to me. And
Yeah, mine's very similar. I'd say, like, of course, younger with a lot of the math and reading and writing and all that stuff. My mom would help me, but then as I got older, over the last probably 3 years, I've done probably 90% of it just on my own, doing school and then taking college classes and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I have gone to a co-op that kind of supplementary, or it does like some of the like public speaking and stuff like that, which you
Yeah.
can't really do at home.
Understandable. So, did you guys? Weird question. Did you guys get the choice between debate and public speaking, or are those just completely separate classes?
For my co-op, at least, we'd have to take debate.
Yeah.
We don't have a public speaking class.
Okay.
But we have
Yeah.
debate instead.
Okay. For me to pass high school, I had to take either debate or public speaking.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Do you guys have to take another language class?
For our co-op, it's like there's 6 strands, and you do those strands throughout the year, so it's not really a choice. But we took Latin. We take Latin, but
So cool. I wish I had that option in high school.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure in
but
Kansas it's required to take some other language for at least a
Yeah.
semester.
yeah,
I
it's
took German.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Fun fact.
Spreche kleine Deutsch. Kleine.
it's not modern day Latin. It's like Roman day Latin.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can tell you that I don't know.
So-
Caesar did something.
So, at what
Who knows?
point did you learn how to make the salad?
Caesar salad.
It's so funny.
How many times do you stab the salad?
That's a good
I
question.
think it's 21 is how many
Oh,
times.
actually,
you're
no.
supposed
You
to
only stab it once, and 20 of your friends help you.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You know what? You're right.
Mm.
Now, is it pronounced Caesar or Kaiser? Because I was
Caesar.
watching Fallout, and they were saying Kaiser, and those guys seemed pretty serious about it.
As far as I've known, it's Caesar.
Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure.
Never heard of Fallout, so.
Yeah, me neither.
The Mission Impossible movie?
No, it's a show based on the video game.
Oh, okay. I never heard of that.
Hmm.
Do any of you guys play video games?
Define video game.
A game you play that has video.
Well, when Colton was younger,
I-
he used to play on not a lily pad. What are they called?
Leapfrog.
A leapfrog.
Oh,
yeah.
Leap Pad.
Leap Pad Ultra.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
had a
goodness.
Leap Pad Ultra.
That roly-poly game, best game I've ever played in the entirety of my life.
I like the train game on that.
Yeah.
Our cousins had one, and it was awesome.
So do any of
Sick,
you-
if you will.
Own like a nice. Danny, you own like an Xbox or PlayStation? Or
No.
We own an Xbox and Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah, but
okay.
nowadays I don't really play it too often. It's usually my younger brothers who play it.
What kind of Xbox is it?
I think it's a Series S.
Oh wow, it's a newer one. Okay. What
Yeah,
do they play?
Huh?
What do they play?
Fortnite
Gross.
or Rocket League or
Slightly better, but
Battlefront. Have you ever heard of that?
I love Battlefront.
Battlefront or
The Star Wars game or the
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yes.
Usually just those three. One of those.
Battlefront, solid game.
We do have Madden. We'll play that sometimes.
The Maddens are the older Maddens I like. The newer ones are okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we said this before on the podcast, but the only one we have is the Sega Genesis. So.
I
We-
think I just listened to that episode the other day.
Yeah, we used to have even older one than that. It was a little joystick with it has one joystick and one button, and that's all it has.
Huh.
We had
Wow.
the little racing cars and a little mouse game where you jump the mouse up in the air, but I don't remember.
Like you got to get all the
It's a little mouse with trampolines, and he's jumping all over the place trying to run away from.
cats. Wait a minute. I have that game too. It's called Mappy, I think.
Oh, Mappy. Yep, that's
Mappy,
the
yep.
one.
Yep.
We have a Pac-Man game. Select the controller. It's like a huge Pac-Man symbol, and it has Mappy, Galaga, Pac-Man, all these old-fashioned games.
Is it the one joystick with the button?
2 buttons, 1 joystick.
Okay, so I think
Nice.
that's the one we used to
Yeah.
have. But then Lane broke it. He broke the handle off. So
I got too caught up in it.
I have
Too
a
competitive.
I have an Atari flashback. I think it's an 11.
Okay.
No,
Atari.
7. Sorry, it's an Atari Flashback 7. So it's just preloaded with all the old Atari games. And
Yeah.
It's got the traditional controller, but it's good time.
Yeah.
Good time. I do have a decent collection of older consoles. So I have 2 original Xboxes, PS2, the Atari. I used to have a GameCube, but it doesn't
Okay.
work. We got Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2.
oh,
Well, all I
Video.
ever really did was we had a Wii, and then I sometimes would play on like the original Xbox.
Man, the Wii was underrated.
Oh,
The
for
Wii,
sure.
One of the greatest consoles ever.
I'm pretty
made.
sure it was like
Yes.
the best-selling console of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Before
But
the at one
Rightfully
point.
so.
But no one plays it anymore.
No?
At least it feels that way.
Well, it is. It came out in 2008.
It's true.
No,
We're
I think it was
bringing that back, too.
2006.
Is it that old?
Yeah, it's like 20 years
Wow.
old. So
We're bringing
Dude,
the Wii back.
I love the Wii.
For all you folks out
dude,
there.
Just Dance.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
really
Best
like
game
that game.
series. What?
No, because I had sisters,
So fun.
and it's just
So?
unfair.
What do you mean it's unfair? Just get good.
I would get good, and they'd get better.
Sounds like you.
They would
needed-
only play the songs that they were good at.
Sounds like a you problem, bro.
did you ever play the Guitar Hero?
Our hero was a
No.
blast.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Cade, what did you play on original Xbox?
Mainly just street football.
Okay. Any of you ever played Halo? Any of the Halo games?
I have, but usually when I play it, it's against one of my 2 younger brothers.
Okay.
So it's like multiplayer. So not
Okay.
like the journey or
You gotta
anything.
play. I don't know which one you have.
Me neither.
Okay. So Halo, the first one, which is called Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo Reach, you have to play all those. You have to.
Really?
At some point in your life.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys were aware of this. Halo games are filled with biblical allusion.
Huh.
Like when you really listen to like the story and the dialogue and just like the things that things are called, they're full of biblical allusion. I mean, the main character's name is John 117, which
Huh.
is a Bible verse. I think it has something to do with like, you know what? Let's just pull it up.
John 11:7.
John
John
1:17.
1:17. John 1:17.
Or yeah, I think that's it. Or it's 1 John 17, something like that. I don't know. There's one that they tell you to look up.
In the game or just like
Just like the
online?
online, yeah.
John
On the-
1:17 is, for the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ.
Okay. I heard a guy talk about that one.
Or maybe
This could be the one. 1 John 1:7 is, but if we walk in the light as he
Yes.
is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus Christ, his son, cleanses us from all sin.
Okay. I think that's the one. Because So you're playing as Master Chief, which is John 117, and like he's literally you're fighting against the Covenant, which is this alien cohort that are led by false prophets trying to take the universe on the Great Journey, which you find out in the first game. But basically, what they really worship is like these ancient race called the Forerunners, and they built these mega structures, which one of them is called, or some of them are called halos, and these rings were designed to like kill all sentient life.
Huh.
And they had to do this because there's this other thing called the Flood that like is kind of like zombies but different. Anywho, they're trying
The
to
zombie
like
apocalypse that somebody brought back.
exactly.
Oh.
So they're
Wait, so you're saying you would prefer
so-
to live Halo?
so John is fighting these false prophets who are trying to like wipe out the galaxy, and even once they find out they're wrong, they keep pushing.
Huh.
So it's a really good game series.
Okay.
Yeah.
The story is phenomenal. You might cry, especially when you go to play Halo Reach. That one makes me cry. Anywho,
Speaking of crying, have you ever watched Ballad of the Wallace Island?
I've never
Or
even heard
Ballad
of
of
it.
Wallace Island?
No.
Gut wrenching. Did
What's
I
it-
cry? I didn't cry.
What's it
no.
about?
It's about this like rich guy who hires a broken up band to come back and play, but it's just the band was just one guy and another lady they were doing, and they were like really popular, and it's all about like them coming back stuff.
Well, Dom, I think that you had something big going on a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. Sometime.
Yeah, last Friday. So some of you know already because you see my face in person. But for our listeners, I'm gonna say R because you know what? I feel dedicated to this podcast, and I've been here from the beginning, and I'm so honored to be on.
Don't cry, you're gonna make
But
me
for
cry.
those of you who don't know me, I had my wedding this Friday. I got married.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it was a good time. Turns out super stressful to plan and execute a wedding.
Yeah.
So glad it's over. So glad to be married and not have to worry about any of that anymore. Very grateful. A lot of people were a huge help. We had a live performance
Really?
at our
Really?
reception.
Who could that be?
That's pretty cool.
It was phenomenal. So this group of young gentlemen just knocked it out the park.
What was the name of the band?
So they were called Clam Chowder.
Clam Chowder.
Wow.
And for the fans out there, if you know that, the name of our podcast is Idiosyncrasy, but it is by For Clam Chowder. And the story behind that is that before we were ever going to start a podcast, we made a little band called Clam Chowder.
And I think we had one like fake rehearsal.
And we had like one fake rehearsal, and so we're like, well, we're not really gonna do anything. And then out of the blue, Dom says, "Would you be able to perform at my wedding?" And we're like, we're not even that good.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I thought you guys were 100% serious,
Oh, we're
which is
still-
why I was 100% serious.
Oh.
I thought, I was like, this is legit. I love these boys.
Thanks to you, we're off the ground.
Yeah. Dude, no, it was.
That was our first major gig.
Yeah,
It's true.
I knew
First
that.
minor gig, first major gig, first ever gig.
I knew that, and I just want to tell you guys I'm so honored to
Well-
have been the first to organize one of your guys' gigs,
Oh,
and I
Yeah.
can't wait to see where you guys go.
I think we can all say we were honored to be our first gig at your wedding.
I
so
appreciate that.
It
I
was
really
our
appreciate
pleasure.
that.
We were-
Especially Colton's.
Yeah.
just end it there.
We finished our poll on
Oh, we
episode
did.
8.
It was actually a pretty close.
So this is probably the closest poll we've had. This was the work at Walmart versus always be out of printer ink.
Always be out of.
Always be out of black printer ink.
Do what? So either you have to work at Walmart or you have to always be out of black printer ink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey Dom, what would you pick?
Dude, that's... Am I allowed to have someone else print stuff out for me?
No. Well.
They just won't have black printer ink either.
Yeah.
If you print it, it's got to be in
Yeah.
blue, pink, or.
Yeah.
You could
Yellow
print in
or
all
combination.
different colors,
Just
but
no black.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's killer.
Yeah.
That's killer. Hold on. What if can you design a printer that just mixes the ink to make black?
Ooh.
Ooh, I think we may
I
have
think
a-
that
But then
will
it's
defeats
still
the
black ink.
purpose, and then you'd be out of it.
So you're just
So you're just like stuck printing in pink
Okay.
or something.
Yeah.
I'd have to be out of black ink, man. I'd
Yeah.
have to because
So-
I don't think I could afford to live working at Walmart.
Yeah.
That's true.
If,
So the-
with that, the consensus will be shocking. 60% said they would work at Walmart.
Wow.
Wow.
40% said they would always be out of back.
Did we
country.
say you could work part-time at Walmart? I don't
Uh,
remember.
I
But-
don't think we discussed
Yeah.
it.
I think the main thing is when you think about it, you don't actually print that much
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
normally.
it depends on. I mean, a big part of that's what do you do for work?
Yeah, but if you're working at Walmart, you don't need to print that much.
Unless if you're in the printer department.
Yeah.
But like in my job, I mean, I haven't had to print much so far, but I think I'll have to.
Oh yeah.
But man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm just trying to think about how I could like get around that. I don't know.
Well, do we have a poll for this episode?
Today,
I don't think we do.
probably.
We could do one of the would you rathers from the comments. I mean,
Yeah.
You
The-
could. Which one was the best?
The rock and the
Oh,
windshield.
The Rock
one.
for sure.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the
Rock
rock.
or the
Yeah.
sun.
the rock or the sun.
Would you rather always be driving into the sun or always have a rock in your shoe? And with that, I think we're just about done here. But thank you, Dom, for being on the podcast. It was great.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
thank
pleasure.
you.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for performing at my wedding. I mean, I
Oh
really,
yeah.
I
Indeed.
appreciate it, boys. It was a
Alright.
blast. You guys knocked it out of the park, and I hope I get more opportunities to employ you guys in the future. I say employ like I paid you. I realize that I did not.
But-
Oh no, it's okay.
Sorry
you
about
came
that.
on our
No, it's
podcast,
okay.
so we're even.
It's
Yeah.
it's called a wedding gift
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate
from
that.
us to you.
I appreciate that.
Even though your ears may be ringing for the next 5 weeks.
Dude,
but
first of all, I love Weird Al. So like, I was down.
Yeah.
Alright.
If you know, you know.
Mhm. Well, like, subscribe, comment.
Keep coming the questions.
Indeed.
I did not phrase that right.
Yep. Keep
Keep-
coming questions.
Okay.
Don't be scared to comment.
Yeah.
Dot, dot, dot.
There's no
I know
wrong
you're out there.
comments. And it.
You know who you are.
Oh.
are you
Don't be
talking
scared
about
to comment.
somebody specific here, Colton?
Are you talking to your mom right now?
Hey,
Well, Dom, do you have any parting words for us? Maybe 5.
5 parting words.
Mm-hmm.
You have one more word.
Be there.
Oh.
Be square. Bananas.